Countering the queen's gambit decline, most popular trap is always a fun thing, and we are going to witness one of them in this video. Fasten up your seatbelt, guys, as you are going to witness one of the most amazing counter trap in the QGD exchange from the black perspective. The critical position arises after the following opening move order: d4, d5, c4, e6, knight to c3, knight to f6. Now white exchange in the center with c captures d5, e captures d5, and bishop to g5, pressurizing the d pawn. Okay, the main line continues with bishop to e7, e3, and after black castle, white plays this very cunning move, bishop to d3, setting up a nasty opening trap. And in fact, many black players has fallen for this, as if you look at the database here, there are more than 6,000 games continue with the move b6, which I'm afraid a big time disaster for the black, as white can now execute one of the most popular trap in this line, starting with bishop takes f6, bishop takes f6, and now this lovely move queen to h5, which not only threatened on h7 a checkmate, but it's also attacking on d5, and unfortunately for black, he cannot defend both of this thing. So for example, after g6, queen captures d5, black is forced to exchange the queen, and the end result is white become pawn up in just 11th move of the game. So this is one of the high profile trap in the QGD which you should definitely watch out from both the colors. Now imagine my surprise, that is rook to e8, and not only this move handled the trap, but surprisingly it can create a wonderful counter trap, which is in fact some strong players has fallen for it. So if you are a white here, you think, hang on, that doesn't make any difference, I can go with the same line, right? So bishop takes f6, bishop takes f6, queen to h5, same old story, you attacking the two spots. So black response is force, he has to play g6, and what else? Queen captures d5, once again winning the pawn and asking black, are you interested in the early resignation? Well, after black's next reply, I think it is white who get the rude shock. Did you spot it? Yup, this amazing move. Bishop captures d5. Boom! So now, not only black has regained his material back, but he has a very simple threat, namely bishop captures c3 and nabbing the queen, something which white need to address immediately. Now, as per the database, there are two popular choices here. Number one, knight g to e2. Number two, queen captures d8. Well, the first move, knight e2, I'm afraid very bad. And after this, black is winning on the spot by going through this simple sequence. Queen captures d5, knight captures d5, and now you straight away go into the complication with bishop captures b2. White doesn't have time to defend this rook, as after rook to b1 we can play bishop to e5, and black is coming out as a clear pawn advantage. So nope, white has to go for the tactical battle. Knight captures c7. Now you take the rook in the corner. whereupon white has two choices. If we continue with the bad move, knight captures e8, then after bishop to e5, black has closed all the doors for that white knight. And after the only forcing reply, f4, we can make this simple transaction, king to f8, pawn takes e5, and king captures e8. Yes, at the end the material is balanced, but I can surely tell you that double e pawn can hardly survive in such endgames. So that is the reason why knight captures e8 is a pretty bad move. What about knight captures a8? Well, this time around we have the same story. Bishop to e5, blocking the escape route. And after some accurate sequence, castle on the king side, bishop to d7, rook to b1 attacking on b7, bishop to c6. White should try to eliminate this bishop by playing knight to d4, and accordingly black shouldn't allow it and lop it off, so that after e captures d4, we can simply play rook to c8, and the threat is very obvious, b6 and taking down that knight. Well, to avoid it, white has the only good move here, namely rook to c1. But the chess engine suggests here that black should play rook to d8, allowing this knight to come out, but in return get the very important pawn, which is more than enough to secure a full point. So this is how black should respond if white continue with knight g to e2. Well, by far the most popular choice is queen captures d8, but exactly here black revealed his amazing trump, that is bishop captures c3, pawn captures c3, and now taking this queen, whereupon the end result is, yup, we have a balanced material, but white has some fractured pawn on the queen side. And you might think, well, that's not a big deal, white can easily play around with it. But nope, the more you analyze this position, more you will come to know that it is pretty difficult for white to even continue well from this position. For example, I can show you a model game where a 2600 goes down the hill very quickly from this position. He played king to e2, defending the bishop. Black plays bishop to e6, pressurizing the a2 pawn, so the rook has been tied down. And after knight to f3, black plays this nice accurate move, knight to d7. And I think white is already fed up with defending the a pawn. So he played a4 at this point, which is turned out as a big time disaster, as after black's next move, knight to c5, more or less, white get a disgusting position. Well, you can't defend with either of the rook, as after knight captures d3 and rook captures d3, black can create this important pin which wins the exchange. So by force, white has to move the bishop, but that just simply allow this check. And after king to e1, already white rooks are disconnected. Well, I really like how quickly black finished the white as he continued with another favorable exchange, namely bishop to d3. And after bishop takes and rook takes, white, to his horror, find out that he's about to lose a vital pawn. And even rook to a3 doesn't solve the mystery, as just one move, knight to e4, and indeed, white lose the pawn and in fact the game. So if a 2600 plus rated player struggling like this imagine how good these positions are for the black camp. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoy and learn this high profile counter trap in the QGD, which you can set up by playing this cunning move rook to e8. And if white thinks that you are a complete idiot and goes with the sequence that is bishop takes f6, bishop takes f6 and queen to h5, winning a very important d pawn. But the matter of fact is, after bishop captures d4, it is white who is going to struggle for the rest of the game. And in fact, there are few very rare lines like this where just within the opening stage, black get a nagging edge. So I hope you really try this counter trap in your game. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to like, subscribe and comment. And I will meet you in my next episode very soon. Bye and take care.